Okay, we welcome you this morning to your Kennis in the morning. I have in the building, Queen of Radio, one and only, Ife Ajagbe. Good morning.
Good morning to you, thank you.
All right, we also have in the studios two lovely ladies, youngins. One, you heard a voice reading the newspaper review.
Yeah, my name is Edna Joseph, the Princess of Radio.
Hey.
All right, my name is Oma Vibes.
All right, I'll be expecting more vibes on sports later on this morning. We have our DJ. Every song you listen to on Kennis FM, always in the mix. From 6 o'clock in the morning, round the clock, morning, afternoon, and of course evening. Right now we have one and only DJ Oscar. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
All right. And of course we have Rashiman, our IT guru, making sure everything you see on the internet is right. No fake news. When you follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and of course, good morning, Rashiman. All right. After Rashiman, we have Yinka also in here. Yinka is in charge of our camera, and of course, packaging Kennis TV, and of course, also online. Good morning, Yinka. All right. Welcome, everybody.
Yeah.
We have a brand new song.
Yes, well, it was released about a week ago. It's still hot, banging. It's the remix version of a song that was released about a year ago. But this remix is just super. Okay. It's the remix version of a song called Blessings. It's from Angel. It features French Montana and definitely our Davido. Oh, yeah.
That's lovely.
Yes. Right here on Kennis in the morning on Kennis 104.1 FM.
You know, time to bring you Kennis Sports.
Sports.
All right, welcome back to Kennis FM, the Kennis Morning Show. The first story is coming your way right about now. And of course, it's coming from President Muhammadu Buhari has approved the postponement of the 20th National Sports Festival, NSF, tagged Edo 2020 as a precautionary move against the spread of COVID-19. The Minister of Youth and Sports Development, Sunday Dare, who announced this yesterday, pointed out that the decision to postpone the event followed the meeting of stakeholders who advised President Buhari appropriately. They said a new date will be announced based on developments around the COVID-19. The 20th NSF was scheduled to kick off on Sunday at the newly renovated Samuel Ogbemudia Stadium in Benin.
Commissioner for Youth and Sports in Oyo State, Sheon Fakorede, says the postponement of the 20th National March 22 and April 1 will benefit all stakeholders. Fakorede, who stated this yesterday while speaking with newsmen in Ibadan, said the decision to postpone the festival by the host state, Edo, was rational and timely as a result of the COVID-19 outbreak globally. The commissioner said the postponement would not diminish the morale and enthusiasm of athletes from the state, adding that the team would sustain the tempo of preparation.
Nigeria's under-17 women's football team, Flamingos, have embarked on 2 weeks break after eliminating hapless Guinea Sally Starlight from the FIFA Under-17 World Cup African qualifiers in Lagos last weekend on 11-2 goals aggregate score. The Nigeria Football Federation (NFF) has asked the players and officials of the Flamingos to proceed on a 2-week break before returning to Abuja camp next month, ahead of the May 1st to 3rd first leg final round of the African qualifiers against the arch rival Ghana Black Maidens in Accra. Flamingos acting head coach Olowokere Bankole confirmed that the players and officials have since embarked on the break, adding that the NFF will inform them when to return to the camp, and as that would depend on whether the novel coronavirus pandemic will allow sporting activities to continue. It will be recalled that the Confederation of African Football (CAF) had recently announced the postponement of the double-header African qualifier matches earlier fixed for this March because of the outbreak of the novel coronavirus pandemic.
The Confederation of African Football (CAF) has announced the postponement of 2020 African Nations Championship, which was due to be held in Cameroon until further notice as part of global effort to combat the spread of coronavirus. CAF said in an official statement yesterday that the decision was arrived at the wide consultation with on-the-spot check by medical teams sent to Cameroon to assess the situation on the ground. CAF administration will propose the potential new dates in due time depending on the improvement of the situation.
Former Cameroon striker Roger Miller and former Super Eagles captain Vincent Ayema have joined in the preach against the spread of coronavirus around the world. In the Confederation of African Football's campaign video, Onyema implored the world to ensure their hands are clean to prevent infections. For Joseph Anton Bell and Miller, they smiled while exchanging pleasantries with their legs to highlight the importance of the No Handshake campaign. Coronavirus has forced the postponement of several leagues and competitions across Africa, with some players contracting the virus.
South Africa's Minister of Sports, Arts and Recreation, Nathi Mutata, says the country Premier Soccer League (PSL) action can resume and be played behind closed doors to curb the coronavirus. Mutata's utterances come after a meeting between local football and leaders yesterday. South African Football Association (SAFA) President Danny Jordan and PSL Chairman Ivan Khoza were part of the meeting, which was aimed at finding solutions amid the coronavirus pandemic. However, the country will know after tomorrow's meeting between the League 32 club members and the Board of the Governors if the matches will go ahead per Matata's recommendation.
Euro 2020 has been postponed by 1 year until 2021 because of the coronavirus pandemic. European football's governing body will now run from 11th of June to the 11th of July next year. The postponement provides a chance for European leagues that have been suspended to now be completed. By moving the European Championship, UEFA now has a clash with the Women's European Championship, which is due to be held in England in 2021, beginning on 7th of July.
Valencia says no less than 9 of the club's employees have tested positive for coronavirus. The Loche hosted Atlanta last week in the second leg of the club's Champions League last 16 clash. Atlanta prevailed in a full 3-3 to win 8-4 on aggregates, but the game was soon overshadowed by the growing COVID-19 epidemic that has since seen football in both Spain and Italy suspended. Valencia confirmed 5 cases of COVID-19 among the first-team players and staff amid the coronavirus pandemic last Sunday. Now the club has affirmed that 4 further cases have been diagnosed, although they insist that none of the affected are in danger.
Juventus midfielder Blaise Matuidi has tested positive for coronavirus. The Serie A club said that the France World Cup winner has been in voluntary isolation since the 11th of March and is well and asymptomatic. Matuidi is the second Juve player to be confirmed to have the virus, following centre-back Daniele Rugani last week. All domestic sporting activity in Italy has been suspended until at least 3rd of April.
Manchester United are set to offer Nigerian forward Odion Ighalo an initial weekly contract in the summer as a prelude to a permanent deal later amid the coronavirus outbreak, which has disrupted the 2019-2020 Premier League schedule. Ighalo is currently on loan at the United after arriving from Chinese Super League side Shanghai Shenhua in January on a 6-month deal, which is set to expire in June. And with the Red Devils unsure when top-flight action will resume in light of ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, United are looking up to keep Ighalo tied down beyond June 30 by offering him contract extensions on a weekly basis. Manchester United manager Ole Gunnar Solskjaer recently expressed United's interest in selling the Nigerian striker on a permanent basis, while his parent club Shanghai Shenhua has already set a fee of £15 million on Ighalo.
Bordeaux manager Paulo Sousa has been criticized for playing Super Eagles winger Samuel Carlo out of position. The Portuguese tactician has deployed Carlo in defensive position in some matches this season. Legendary French midfielder Daniel Bravo slammed Sousa for the decision when speaking with newsmen. Carlo, who is a Nigerian international, has made 20 appearances in Ligue 1 this season.
Liverpool hero Saint-Germain has made a generous donation of £41,000 to his native Senegal to combat the spread of coronavirus. The former Southampton winger has used his fortune to help his country try and tackle the spread of COVID-19, with professional sport now of little importance. The 27-year-old is now in the league as he looks upward less fortunate. Senegal has recorded 27 confirmed cases of the virus as of yesterday, with having 2 already recovered.
Organizers of this year's French Open have moved its start date to September due to the coronavirus outbreak. The French Open was due to begin at Roland Garros in Paris on May 18, but the French Tennis Federation, FFT, decided to move the date, and of course it will now run between September 20 and October 4. The French Open is usually the second Grand Slam of the tennis calendar, with the clay court spectacle running between the Australian Open and Wimbledon. The new date means it will now be final major of the year, shortly after the US Open. Spain's Rafael Nadal and Australia's Ashley Barty are the respective defending French Open men's and women's singles champions.
The first 3 meetings of the Diamond League season have been called off because of the coronavirus outbreak. The events were scheduled to take place in Doha, Qatar on the 17th of April, Shanghai on the 16th of May, and another Chinese venue that was yet to be named on the 9th of May. Organizers hope to state the Shanghai meeting on the 13th of August. No new dates for the other 2 meetings have been announced, but they could be held after the Diamond League final in Zurich in September.
And lastly, Nigerian-born boxing heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua's fight against Kubrat Pulev on 20th of June could be moved to July. The 30-year-old Briton is due to defend his WBA, WBO, and IBF belts at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Bulgarian Pulev is the mandatory IBF challenger to take on Joshua. With the uncertainty around when the remaining games in the domestic football will be completed because of the coronavirus outbreak and the possibility the season could extend into the summer months, boxing promoter Eddie Earn said he has had conversation with Tottenham to make sure that they are all on the same page. Joshua won the WBA, WBO, and IBF belts back with an unanimous points victory over Andrew Rees Jr. last December. If the fight with Pulev does go ahead, it will be Joshua's first bout in the United Kingdom since beating Alexander Povetkin at Wembley in September 2018.
That's about it on today's edition of Kennis Sports. Remember to join us later on when Michael Obi will be here alongside Master Sports International team. They'll be bringing on that sporting show that you can dance to, and that program is called Sports Salsa. That will be coming up 9 o'clock this morning, immediately after Sports Salsa.
Definitely we'll go straight to Ghana to join Smile Baba and Bedded Man with all the juicy updates from Ghana.
Alright, you're still rocking on Kennis in the Morning on your
Kennis FM.
My name is Kenny Keke Ogungwe.
And my name is Ife Ajagbe.
My name is Oma Vibes. Good morning.
Alright, up next, commercial break. After the commercial break, we come back with beautiful song.
And be on chill.
Alright.
And this is from Wale and Jeremy right here on Kennis FM.